Hey, General Hospital fans. All right, it is officially confirmed. The new Lulu Spencer is going to be All My Children alum Alexa Havens. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and after months of speculation, chatter, and leaks, yes, finally confirmed. Over the past couple of months, really, we've had several actress names crop up, and that started when we started seeing family going to visit comatose Lulu Spencer at the long-term care facility. And of course, they were very careful not to show her whole face, so it was an extra. So we knew from that moment that they were going to be waking up Laura Spencer's daughter. I mean, if they were going to kill off Lulu, they'd either have done it off screen or pretty fast, not dragged it out like this. And if you don't remember, of course, the first two names on everyone's most wanted list when we knew Lulu was coming back was Julie Berman, who played the role when she was first aged up to a teen. And for several years after that, Julie's got a serious following as Lulu Spencer and was definitely a front runner that fans were really interested to see come back as the recast role. But Julie is busy momming and doing other projects, and there was never any indication that she was back in the role. We have heard she had first right of refusal, no matter what, whether she refused, whether they didn't contact her. This seemed to be also GH fans looking to get a fan favorite back on their screens. And yeah, I loved Julie Berman for sure, but I did never feel like that one had legs. And then, of course, they had to consider Emmy Ryland, who replaced Julie Berman when she exited General Hospital. And Emmy also has a sizable fan base. And then there was a whole lot of Julie versus Emmy chat among fans on social media, everybody debating who was their favorite Lulu Spencer, who they wanted back. But it was Emmy Ryland herself who not only confirmed, yes, indeed, Lulu was waking up at long last, but she also confirmed it would be a recast. So Emmy burst fan bubbles because she definitely confirmed she was not asked to play the role. And in fact, she was under the impression that when the powers that be decided to wake up Lulu Spencer, she would get the call to come back. She didn't, and they decided to recast with someone new to GH. Emmy said she was disappointed, but also happy to have closure because now, at this point, she knows she's out of the running. It's over. Move on. So the next name we heard was Alexa Havens, interestingly, and then a bunch of names came after, but she was the one, it seems, and the rumor mill just brought her up and then skated past her. It's the real deal, but we didn't know it at the time. So, of course, next, there was chatter that GH might bring in another Days of Our Lives actress. And if you don't know it, the new Christina Corinthos, Kate Mansi, is a Days alumnus. She played legacy daughter Abigail Devereaux Demera over there. What's interesting is one of the names that popped up in the rumor mill was the actress who played Abigail, the same role before and after Kate Mansi did it. She was in the role when it was finally killed off. That actress is Marcy Miller. If you don't know her, she's very pretty. She's the right age. She has soap experience, blonde, totally fits the profile. And Marcy was great as Abby. I think she would have done a good job as Lulu as well, but it wasn't her. Then one of the more recent names within the past few weeks to hit the rumor chain was Stephanie Gatchett from All My Children. And then the last person we heard about before the official confirmation was Yellowstone actress Jen Landon, daughter of Michael Landon, who was reported by somebody reliable as, who they thought was going to be the new Lulu. And we reported that one because it came from a good source, Buzzworthy Radio, but it was wrong. And that's why I always say here what's an official spoiler confirmed by ABC Daytime or the powers that be at GH versus what is chatter, rumor, gossip, and leak. I always try to be careful. If you guys listen regularly, you know that. I tell you, this is an official spoiler. This is not an official spoiler. So when we talked about Jen Landon, I did say it's not confirmed. And what surprised me was that the person that has now been confirmed by so many sources, including the soap itself, it's somebody we talked about more than a month ago. And to be honest, I was kind of expecting at this point for GH just to pull a random name out of the hat that wasn't on anybody's radar. But when Lulu wakes up, it is going to be Alexa Havens. And I presume that they're going to bring back Lulu after she gets Sam McCall's liver or someone else's. But the timeline looks good for Dante's new love to give an organ after she dies to save his former love. And as I said before, it's going to be great for Dom Zapronya's Emmy reel. So we're still waiting on an exit date for Kelly Monaco as GH kills off Sam. And once we get an idea of when that is, that also is a good indication of Alexa Havens' debut date as new Lulu Spencer, at least the awake and talking air date. More on that in a second. And right now, of course, we're so close to having her brother Lucky Spencer back now that Dr. Isaiah Gannon woke up at GH and was asking to see Lucky's family. And it looks like Carly's going to get the WSB involved to find him. So by the time Lucky gets free of bad guy Sidwell, no thanks to con woman Holly Sutton, his baby sister Lulu is going to be in much worse shape. Right now, the doctors are still hoping to use a living donor to give a chunk of their liver to save her. But soon, Lulu's condition deteriorates, and it looks like she may need a whole entire liver. That's what happens with advanced cirrhosis. Past a certain point, a total replacement is required. We're dealing with this in somebody in my family right now, and the person in my family doesn't qualify to be on the transplant list. So we talked before that Lucky wasn't a donor match for Lulu when she had aplastic anemia when she was little and needed bone marrow. That's why Laura revealed she had another son, Nicholas, who was tested, matched, and donated. Just to spell out the science for a bone marrow donation, it's better to have a close relative as a donor because there's like 6 genetic markers they have to match. And with a liver donation, it's much more flexible to find a match outside the family or among extended family or even the transplant list. And of course, they talked like a week and a half ago, I think, where Maxie mentioned that Lulu is not on the transplant list because she is in a long-term coma, and they evaluate quality of life, among other things, when they consider who gets a spare liver that's up for grabs. Either way, Lucky should be back to Port Charles by the time Lulu wakes up, even if he's not the one to save her because he can't donate his entire liver and survive. So that means Sam is probably up to bat soon. I do expect that we're going to start seeing Alexa Havens in the role of Lulu Spencer even before she gets the surgery and wakes up from the coma. Closer to the time of her transplant surgery, I'm betting we get a peek at the All My Children actress as recast Lulu, still in the hospital beds, still with the thing on her face and on her head, all the good coma accoutrement they have on her. If you don't recall, Alexa played Babe Carey, a role that she also played on One Life to Live. So the really good news is yes, this is confirmed by several sources. It was first reported by Daytime Confidential, and then TV Line, who's very credible, went directly to ABCGH to ask for confirmation, and they got it. So yes, the network has confirmed this is it. Alexa Havens is officially the new Lulu Spencer, and now it's just a waiting game for her to wake up, and we get to see how the new actress does in the role. And with Sam leaving and Lulu wanting to tell Dante she still loved him right before she collapsed into the coma, I think we all know we are headed for a reunion, but it'll probably be a bumpy, soapy path because for Dante to have Lulu, looks like he's going to have to lose Sam. All right, drop your comments on the official casting of the new Lulu Spencer. Let me know what you think. Come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.